Hi there! I've been working on these shoes for the past couple of days and guess what? They're almost finished! Don't worry, you'll definitely get to see the finished product in the upcoming footage of this video, but I just felt like filming this intro right now because I'm in a filmy mood. So this, of course, if you couldn't tell, is a recycled candy wrapper project. And for those of you who are watching and are like, ooh, that's a little girly for me, or I don't feel like making shoes, but you want to do something with candy wrappers, you can use the same decoupage method that I'm showing in this video to decorate a wooden picture frame or treasure box. You can get these for about $1 or $2 at Michael's craft store, probably dollar stores, and other craft stores will carry similar things as well. Let me know if you want to see more candy wrapper projects by giving this video a thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get into it. For these shoes, you'll want to gather some really colorful candy wrappers, or you could even cut up scrapbook paper or comic book pages, whatever you want. I'm also going to use Mod Podge and a paintbrush. As you can see, I've already completed the front part of the left shoe. In my case, the goal is to make the right shoe look as identical as possible. I've already placed the first wrapper on my right shoe in the middle, and now I'm going to show you how I fold. So I kind of make the top of the wrapper a little bit more narrow than the bottom. You can see I'm folding the sides to the back, and then I'm going to trim a little bit off of each side just so there's not so much of the wrapper underneath when I glue it on. Now I'm going to add another wrapper on the other side of that green one the same exact way. Right now I'm just placing the wrappers where I want them to see how the pattern's going to look. I'll show you how to attach them very soon. Going back to that first one, you're going to want to trim it to the right length. There's a little bit hanging off, so try to make an indent with your nail, and then you can just cut along the line carefully. I did the same thing for the lighter blue wrapper on the other side. Now take the Mod Podge and brush it on the shoe. I also like to brush it on the back of the wrapper. And then of course apply the wrapper carefully and smooth out any creases. If you have something on your shoe, such as a bow like I do, then you might need to add a little sliver of wrapper to the top like I'm doing here. I personally find that it's easier to make your shoes look quote-unquote identical by putting a wrapper on one shoe and then moving on to the other shoe and putting the wrapper in the same place, so you're kind of going back and forth. That's not what I did with these first few wrappers, of course, but as I move on and do things off camera, that's what I was doing. It made it so much more simple to get the wrappers lined up. This project is very simple, but it's also super time consuming if you're doing a pattern like mine. You're basically going to do the exact same thing the entire way around the shoe, or for as much as you want. Once your shoe is almost completely covered with candy wrappers, stop for a second and just put a candy wrapper on the back like I show you here. It will just make it look more like the front part, so it's not a weird overlap or anything, and then just add them like you would have on the front part. said, this project is very time consuming. These shoes probably took me a grand total of 12 hours. Yeah, a lot of work, but I feel that the payoff is amazing, and I'm very proud of these, and I'm going to cherish them forever. If you end up making your own candy wrapper or decoupage shoes, then definitely use hashtag SoCraftastic on Instagram to show me. And if you end up doing other candy wrapper crafts that are inspired by my past videos, then also use that hashtag, and you might just be featured in next week's Crafty Friday video. Last week on Crafty Friday, I showed you guys how to make a polymer clay ice cream cone charm. It is definitely one of my favorite charms ever. The ones in that video were not glazed, so they weren't completely finished, but I thought they looked pretty darn realistic anyway. I had you guys send me photos via Instagram using hashtag SoCraftastic, and I got a wide variety of entries, all different flavors of ice cream. So here you can see the charms that were sent to me. I even got some entries on my Facebook fan page and on my Twitter. So I'm just gonna say thank you so much for sending these photos to me. I really enjoy looking at your guys' creations. These shoes do take a really long time to make, so if you don't get your shoes done in the next few days, then you can send me any kind of candy wrapper project that you've been inspired by me to make, because in the past I've done candy wrapper earrings, a bracelet, I even made a dress back in the day. So just send me your candy wrapper craft pictures for next Crafty Friday, and I'll try to put as many of them in. Okay, now I don't feel like filming because I can't talk. But I'll try to put as many of those photos in as I can of your guys' original crafts. If you're new to my channel and have not yet subscribed, please do so if you enjoy what you see, because I put out crafty videos like this every single Friday for Crafty Friday. That's a series I do here on SoCraftastic. I don't know why I talk like this sometimes. It's just like I see a camera and it just happens. Also, sometimes I put out videos throughout the week as well, so I hope you guys stay tuned and come back to my channel, and you guys have a great rest of the day. Check out all of my links in the description box below, and bye. And action. I'm so excited to show you guys the finished hair in my mouth. I keep having hairs. Woo! What is going on? There's still a hair in my mouth. And cut. I think it's time for a nap. Bye-bye.